morning, everybody. Hey,
Good morning. It's
not Thursday.
It's not Title Talk Thursday.
It is not Title Talk Thursday.
We have a Friday Fun Day title style. That's what I called it. That we usually have our Friday Fun Days that were on job sites.
Yeah.
But today we had a little
medical.
we had a little mix up in the
We
week.
tripped up the week a little bit, so that's all. So hey, look, thanks for joining us here on a Title Talk Friday. Just changing some things up here today with our usual setting and topics and fun. We're going to kind of dive into some conversation a little bit more about the workplace and discuss the element of that and kind of the cohesion of a team and what that all looks like. So we're gonna talk a lot about that stuff, as well as our typical fun facts and two truths and a lie,
All
the things that we just love to do. But just to remind you guys, we are Inspired Title Group. My name's Drew.
And my name is Aimee. We
thank you for joining us here this morning and or this afternoon or evening, depending on when you're watching this. Our office is located at 11757 Southwest Highway in lovely Palos Heights, Illinois.
Or 11757, whichever way you
However you like to
whichever
say.
way you like the
As well
numbers.
as we got our couple offices in Indiana.
We do.
We have one in St. John as well as Griffith. So why don't we get right into things that we like to talk about? We'll get to know Drew and Aimee. Yay! All right, you go ahead.
Am I asking the first one?
Sure.
All right. What career mistake taught you the greatest lesson? It's hard to admit mistakes. That's why I asked you.
Yeah. Early on, so I had a stint in the title business many years ago when I was a young pup, just kind of newly married, and needed a gig, and my dad was kind enough to give me that opportunity, and I started in the title world doing the policies and doing some preliminary searching and things, and there was a good volume of business, and there were at that time a lot of closings happened inside the office, and I got to know a lot of the attorneys, and I got to know a lot of the people that were involved in these transactions, and to a point where I developed some relationships with some of these folks where we'd go out and have lunch after a closing, or we'd connect and just chat, and this particular individual had started to really kind of dig deep into our business and ask a lot of questions, and being a young kid and inexperienced, I was kind of a little too open, a little too truthful, where I started sharing some stories, and I started kind of divulging some information that was probably not something I should have done, to the point where he literally just called me out to the owners of the company at the time. And again, my dad was a partner in the company, and I got called into the office of one of the other partners, and they decided that asked me to pack up the desk and move on because of some things that I had shared, and I said I didn't know that it was literally one of those things you never thought that this person would do this, and so I guess the lesson from that is you don't always trust people and think that they're your friends. Especially when you start to develop a relationship with them, and you're talking pretty openly about a lot of different things in the industry, and here you are being questioned. You answer the questions, and that question gets turned into ammunition against you, and next thing you know, you're unemployed. So
I think it's hard because we do get those relationships with certain attorneys or certain realtors that you see them all the time.
Yep,
so
absolutely.
You think that because you're working with them and you're doing stuff with them that you can trust them, and that.
Yeah.
But I guess in the grand scheme of things, business, and that's what you need to keep.
It was an eye-opening experience.
I was going to say that's.
It was something that I never thought would have gotten me to that point. But wow, that was pretty embarrassing as well. So
interesting.
Yep. All right, Aim. What career advice would you give your younger self?
So this is listen to learn, not to answer. So I feel like I was awful at this when I was younger, and then got better at it. So I feel like when people listen during conversations, the only reason that they're listening is to spew back what they think or what they want or what they are going to hear. So like, I've been trying really hard to listen and absorb like what people are saying before I'm just ready with the answer to the question that, it's one of those things where I feel like people need to listen.
We talked a lot about that last week.
We did. And it's one of those things that like, I feel like everybody can improve on it. As good as people are at listening, it's the listening and digesting before just spewing that I think. And the other thing is courage equals growth, and eventually growth equals leadership. So to my younger self, I've always been shy. I've always been like, I'm just gonna stay in the back and do my job and do what I need to do. But I wonder like where I would have been now if I had the courage I have now when I was 20.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just, and I'm thrilled with where I am. Like I am blessed every single day with, the opportunities I've been given and, what I do on a day-to-day basis. Like if somebody told me when I was 13 that my life would be what it is now, I would never have believed them. But it just makes you think like how further in life or in career would I have been if I would have had the courage I have now.
And some of that's going to go back a little bit to what we talked about just a few minutes ago about, that was one of my goals, was to break down your shyness and put you out in the front to excel.
Sucked. It's not easy.
Be comfortable in uncomfortable circumstances.
Yeah.
Is
that's
one
what you
of
always used
my
to
things. Is just that's a very strong key, is being comfortable in uncomfortable circumstances, and you just engaged in one of those examples, and obviously we're proud of you, and that's great to say that you're able to do that.
It is really cool. It's like I said, something 5 years ago I would have never said or known.
Good.
All right, what in your opinion, what personality trait is important for every leader? And we have the reason that this was one of my questions for you is because I know kind of what we were diving into.
Yeah.
So number one, most important for a leader.
I think the biggest thing a leader should and can possess would be that confidence, because I think that without that level of confidence, you lose your audience and you lose your leadership skill, and people are a little uncertain as to what you're doing. So I think that having the ability to make tough decisions, which again shows confidence, having the ability to inspire people and motivate people, which takes confidence. So all of these big key things are all driven by confidence, and without it, it really errs on the side of just kind of going through the motions.
Right.
If you think back into some of the other careers that maybe you've had, the people who were running the team, the organization, the company, I think if you looked at them and asked that question, do they have a certain level of confidence that they know where they're taking this? They have a vision of what this is going to look like. So I think that's probably one of the stronger pieces of the puzzle. And there again, that's why there are people who can lead and there are people who can't, and it stems from some people just don't have that confidence in not only themselves but in what they do.
Right. And I was going to say, I don't think I have a ton more knowledge now than I did say like 2 years ago. More for sure, because like different situations come up and stuff, but I think it's how I present like thoughts, ideas, decisions to not only the team but to other people, that like you see that people react to you in a different way.
Sure.
So, and that stems back to that confidence aspect, being confident in decisions you're making and stuff you're doing. And
right. You can definitely find your way through and navigate through a circumstance and a situation by just being confident. Doesn't necessarily mean you have all the knowledge or all the right answers or even the answer, but you're confident that you know that you can get through it and you'll get it done.
Right, and I think that's been, so it's huge to hear you say that and how that helps the growth process.
It does indeed. It does indeed. All right, so how about this one? What is one work-related thing that you want to accomplish in the next year?
I want to get my real estate license.
Nice.
So that is something that, so we are in development, we are in title, I'm still working through the logistics of, is this legal? Can I do this? Because I want to make sure, I'm not crossing any boundaries, but like, we are lucky enough that this development team is out there. So like, hopefully one day when we're selling these 40 houses in Indiana, then we can spread the love to a lot of different realtors. And it's one of those things that I don't know how much I'd use it, but I won't know what it is until I have it.
Correct.
So yeah, I think that'd be cool to get my real estate license.
We've talked about that and the the circle of being kind of an organization where people can come and we can help them out in every aspect of what real estate
all or
looks
none.
like. and it's something that I really am excited about. I mean, the title company has a lot of different connections within the business to help out that person to save them from losing their home, has a connection with the attorneys, the lenders, the realtors. Why not advertise and add to the team all of those pieces that allow us to be just that much greater for the people that we service. So no, I think I'm excited about that.
I am excited about
it
too.
I look forward to that for you.
Started to look into it a little bit.
All right.
If you could trade places with one person for one day, who would it be?
What would you think? I have an answer. I just want.
Oh my God! Why do you always test me like this?
I know, but I just didn't know if you had when in writing that question. I just wonder if you had an answer for it.
No, I really didn't.
Okay. All right.
Maybe.
It'd be interesting to see if.
Is it sports related or is it work related?
So I have two. One of them would be sports related.
So I mean, it has to be a Sox player of some kind or a Sox something. No.
No, actually, it's not.
Golfer?
Oh no.
Closer with baseball.
Definitely baseball.
So what?
Cal Ripken.
Interesting. Not Babe Ruth. You do love Cal Ripken.
I love Cal Ripken, and I would love to live the life of a major league ball player for a day, just to play and experience it and see. I mean, I've played through the college levels, and that's great, and it's exciting, and I've coached it, and that's exciting on a different level. But actually playing in a a big league thing would be great. The attachment to Cal is nothing more than it's a guy who played on the same team for his entire career. You just don't hear that right now.
You don't do that anymore.
I mean, he had the most games in a row. He set a record for the most games started and played in a row. I mean, he just, the guy was just amazing in what he did on the field and what he does off the field with all these different organizations that he has to coach kids and provide a lot of different opportunities for all kinds of different, is really just something that is exciting for me. But the other part of it was Howard Stern.
You creep.
Yep, to live the life of Howard Stern for a day, because again, that's another.
At least you would say Hugh Hefner. I guess Howard Stern.
It's a guy that he is just brilliant in his communication skills. And in the way he gets people to talk about things that you just wouldn't imagine. So just to be in the setting of what that is, it's just something that has always been, I've been.
And he gets to talk to some really cool people.
He has interviewed the best and the greatest.
I know, he really has.
I consider him one of those as well. So
it's a pretty good one.
Yep.
I like it.
Absolutely.
I did know one. I was thinking baseball. That was like where my brain went to first.
Yeah. All right, Aimee. The last one for you is: what is the scariest thing that you've ever done, and then why did you do it?
I don't know. This is hard. Things don't scare me.
Okay.
I do stuff, but I don't.
Jumping out of an airplane. Would that?
That's on my list.
Okay.
But the zip lining, I mean, the heights were kind of scary to me, so that's why I wanted to do that because it's...
Okay, but you did it.
But I don't really, it's weird, I don't really get nervous about stuff like that.
Okay. But you never really have a surgery or anything like that, so that's not something...
I mean, I got staples in my head.
Yeah, well...
But that was nothing crazy. I mean, watching Joe snorkel underground was one of my top favorite moments because I did not know that he didn't like tight closed in spaces. I didn't know he was claustrophobic. And he was, but he got through that. But I learned to never go snorkeling with him again. But like I'm not scared. Like I don't want to toot my own horn, but I just don't have fears that like
That's good.
I don't have stuff like that. That isn't that weird?
So I mean, maybe you are still young. Maybe you just haven't done that scary thing yet.
Because I don't think anything is not.
Well, jumping out of a plane. I guess the question is ultimately broad, because what other people like, if you jumped out of a plane, people would that's scary for most people.
Right.
So maybe it's not scary for you, but
right.
But in the sense of what is the scariest thing you've done, which most people generalize as, wow, that's pretty scary. Ziplining, I wouldn't call that.
And that's what I mean. Like, I don't know.
Skydiving is pretty scary.
Skydiving, yeah, that's on my.
Bungee jumping is scary off of bridges and things.
Maybe it was climbing that. I climbed that Patrick
in Ireland.
In Ireland, and I cried when I made it to the top of that, because it was pretty scary. But then you see these people that live in Ireland that like run up there and do it for exercise, that are looking at, and I think it was just like the combination of everything. But like you look over the side of that and you're like, crap, if I fall, like I'm going straight down.
It's a long way down. Right on.
But yeah, like I said, it's stuff like that's like.
It's okay. That's all right. I mean,
I really did rack my brain for this, and if I think of one, I will let you guys know next week. But.
Well, maybe take some time to come up with it. So
stuff doesn't scare me.
There you go, ladies
Dad,
and gentlemen.
if you're still watching, you know that's what's scary.
That's a little bit more. Oh.
Okay, so he will probably bring this up. So
you just had to say your dad.
I did have to say my dad if he's still here. So the first time he took me snorkeling.
Okay.
It was in like one of those saltwater pools in Disney World, and I was like 3 or 4, and I thought I was gonna die. Like legitimately, I had a life vest on, I had my snorkel, I got my mat, like fully ready to go, and like I was grabbing onto him for dear life, because there's these fish down there and these stingrays and all this stuff, and like so I had a great time once I like clung onto his back and rode him like a little sea turtle. But then like my mom snapped this picture like right when we got out of this pool, and I'm like, and I made it, and my dad's like, because he dragged me across this entire pool.
What's amusing about that though is and this I find to be the most fascinating of the whole story, is that you remember your 3 and 4 year old days. I'm lucky I can get beyond 8 or 10.
I had such the best childhood that like.
That's awesome.
I was so lucky. My grandpa took us to Disney World every other year. Like the 20 people, like it was the original 20 of us that we used to go together. It's just like stuff that I hope to be able to do with kids one day to myself. Like, but I had the best childhood, and I had the best parents and sibling. And,
good. It was
a great thing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the wonderful part of Get to Know Drew and Aimee. We hope you guys are kind of learning a little bit more about us over the weeks, and kind of finding some amusement in this as we are. And we love sharing with you guys, kind of getting you guys a little bit more familiar with your title team from Inspired. And this is what we are. We're real people, and this is what we're made up of. So why don't we wind down with our fabulous quote of the day? Yep, you want me to go first?
I don't have one!
Think of one? That's okay. So this will be a good summary for today, and kind of some of the things that we've talked about, and just to leave you with something else to kind of digest. I hope that after these, and after you've watched these, you go back and watch them again, because the information that we share, it's real. It's us, and it's not scripted. It's not anything that we are kind of
rehearsing or practicing.
Like this is real. This is just
every day.
Drew and Aimee Inspired Title, real place, real location, real people, real title business, all of it. And I think there's some valuable tools that are here. So my quote is that you can't always have a good day, but you can always face a bad day with a good attitude. And I wrote that, and it's something that I need to exercise myself, as this week here has brought a lot of animosity and anxiety and stress with just deadlines and different opportunities, and it really works you up. And I think that, sitting here talking with Aimee and sitting here sharing with our team, recognizing that the excitement of what we do and why we do it outweighs the negatives that we encounter every day. I mean, the development world is growing, and we've got some really fun things. It's giving me huge headaches and huge stress, and unfortunately I'm sharing that with Aimee and Ryan and kind of spilling over on them, but they have kept a really great attitude. They see my frustration, they hear my anger, and they've kind of been able to spread it out and go, okay, so what are we going to do about this? And I think both of them have stepped up to trying to take some of that responsibility and go, we got it, we're going to make it better. So I'm thankful and blessed to have their input in this and their help. So the quote of the day also has some takeaways with it. So we'll forego yours. That's okay, unless you have a quick one.
I mean, I can go back I think I've said this one, but it's my go-to. Life isn't about...
As long as you're not going to say the preamble.
I'm not going to say that.
If you missed the preamble, it's going to be on YouTube.
Please tell me there's going to be an American flag in the background.
Aimee quotes the preamble. It's kind of brilliant. I can't lie. I was definitely taken aback by her brilliance last week that she went ahead and just spewed that with no hesitation.
I'm so embarrassing.
Yeah, you should be.
I am.
But
I'm going to my life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain.
Absolutely.
And I've said it. I say it. I have it on my wall. It's one of my favorites.
No, it's a very good one. So we are kind of humbled to be doing this, and we're thankful that you guys are continuing to listen and follow us each week and share this with your family and friends. We wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't for you guys. We enjoy it because of you guys. We are asking for you guys to continue to subscribe and like and share and do all the wonderful things that you've been doing to this point to make this thing possible. And we'll keep coming to you guys with fun and laughter and different ideas and different thoughts and
different guests soon, hopefully.
Yeah,
we'll get a guest on here for you guys.
Yeah, the whole COVID thing has been tough with the guesting world, but maybe even bring some of the team members on to start introducing them and
they sounded really exciting when we brought that up.
Yeah, but it's we've broken some ice barriers, so we'll get through some of that. So until next time, my name is Drew.
And my name is Aimee.
We are Inspired Title with Inspired Development and all of the wonderful inspired things we do. And we thank you guys for joining us. Until next week, have a great week, everybody.
Weekend.
It's, oh my gosh, it's Friday.
Happy Friday.
Take care, guys. Thanks for joining.